Of course, another wild weekend in your life. Everybody saw you had a bit of an altercation with Charles Bennett at CamSoda Legends. Before we even get into it, talk us through it. How did it come about that you were at that event?
I got asked to be at that event from my friend Icy Mike and a guy named Bob, the owners of CamSoda. So, I went out to kind of support, and see what they got going on in the pro scene, and had a good time, hanging out with some porn stars, hanging out with chicks. That's what I do best. I got a different girl for each day of the week, so I gotta make sure I'm getting out there and meeting new chicks.
Wow, you're a little bit like Craig David. Tell us what happened with this altercation with Charles Bennett. How did it all start? People have all these different crazy rumors. Apparently, some of it has to do with some kind of spoilers with Avengers. Others think there's some kind of beef between teams. How did it all happen?
The thing is, I'm the puppet master, and these are all my little puppets. So, of course, everybody's mad at the king. They want what I have. So, I don't pay attention to them. I don't got nothing to say about him. I'm not going to give him a spotlight or even talk about him because he's nothing. He doesn't mean anything to me, and he's just another nobody trying to make his name off me. So, I don't really got anything to say about that scrub.
Can I ask what was he saying to you when he got in your face? There's that video. It looked like you sort of, he threw the punch and you sort of pushed him away to get him back. What was he upset about?
Mike Perry was in the cage. He was running his mouth saying some shit. So I was kind of drawing back at him, telling him he's a bum. He just got knocked out by a guy I knocked out. So, I was letting Perry know the truth, that I am the king of the welterweight division. I'm fighting for big money. You're about to be fighting in Indian casinos by the end of the year. You're not even going to have a UFC job. And then all of a sudden, this dude comes up behind me, Crazy Horse, and he's fucking talking all this shit, saying he's going to fuck me up. So, I pushed his ass out of my face. And then he tried to swing a punch, and I dodged it because I have impeccable, reflexes. And, that was that. But, the guy's faker than fake. Oh, I'm so sorry, bro. I'm much respect. He's just looking for attention like you guys are giving him right now.
Wait, so he apologized to you afterwards? Did you see him afterwards?
Yeah, he tried to apologize to me and my coach, Mike Brown. He was like, oh, much respect, dude. Nothing but respect, It was just a publicity stunt. Look at you guys talking about it, He's trying to get back in the spotlight. The guy's a bum. He lost to an amateur that night. So, he's just looking for a way to keep his name out there and keep it hot.
Well, let's talk about the fact that it seems like, like you mentioned, number one public enemy. We saw what happened with the Vadum incident. Do you feel like you have to kind of watch your back or look over your shoulder when you go to places now?
Yeah, for sure. I got to watch my back. All these freaking idiots out there that are faker than fake, I keep it real and they have a problem with that. So, that's what comes with the territory. I'm a super villain now. So, I got private security armed with me that I'll be at all events. It's my bad that I didn't have my security team with them at this event. I should have, but, this is a lesson learned over the weekend, and it's not going to happen again. Anytime I go to an event from now on, I will have armed security guards with me.
Who are the security? I heard you talking about how Dan Lambert sort of set it up. I'm wondering how much something like that costs, like a massive team, and who are they? Are they fighters? Are they sort of, hired professional security guards?
They're ex-Marines and
Wow.
former military type people. So, it's not a cheap ticket to get these guys to come with me and travel with me and go to places. But good thing my manager and agent, Dan Lambert, has all the money in the world. So that guy's wealthier than wealthy. So, the price tag is a cheap cost to protect the king.
Of course, and you're going to make sure that you get to, UFC 225 in one piece to have that fight. But two people that definitely do love you, of course, are the girls that keep popping up in your Twitter and Instagram feed. Our listeners will, without a doubt, know that they are the porn stars, Kelsi, Monroe, and Sophia, Leone. How did you meet them and sort of team up with them?
I met him through my buddy, Icy Mike.
Who is Icy Mike? He sounds like he's a porn producer or porn director. Is he?
Yeah, he's one of the top porn producers in the business, man. That guy's super successful. He's reinvented the game, man. That guy's insane, man. If you look him up, man, that guy's super smart and intelligent dude. And he's made a good business for himself and made a good life.
I guess a lot of people would be wondering, what's it like to spend a day with a couple of porn stars? Take us into that. What's it like hanging out with them? What's I suppose, a day like in the life of the king, Colby Covington?
Oh, it's amazing. There's something about hanging out with porn stars that's different than hanging out with regular chicks, because when you're hanging out with regular chicks, there's just so many emotions and drama and all this negative energy that I don't need before my title fight. So, when I'm hanging out with porn stars, it's just, you know, we have our fun. We're living the dream. We're having, you know, there's never a dull moment. And, you know, and then that's that, you know, there's no, you know, after we get done having sex, there's no like, oh, you know, oh, you need to treat me good, take me to dinner, wine and dine me, this and that. No, it's just, you know, it's on to the next day. I get to get back to training and focusing on my world title fight. They get back to their business, and we go about our business. So, you know, it's good, man. I'm living the dream out here, the American dream. I am raw American steel and twisted sex appeal.
You're like the Charlie Sheen of MMA. I remember Charlie Sheen sort of talking about like his relationship with the porn stars. I mean, you know, maybe minus the hard drugs and all that kind of stuff. Any fun stories you can share with us, Colby?
I mean, I had a foursome the other night. I never thought I would be in a foursome.
Did you really?
That was awesome. Yeah, and I'm not talking with any dudes. I'm talking with 3 different chicks. So
wow,
that was awesome. I had a couple threesomes in my day, you know, with 2 different chicks, but 3 different chicks, man, that was insane, man. They were all fucking working. It was amazing.
And it was with the porn stars. So they had the high quality girls as well.
Yeah, these aren't just any porn stars. These are the cream of the crop. You know, King Colby doesn't mess around. When I go for the porn stars, I go for the girls that are the high ups, man. I'm not going for the little peasants, man. I'm aiming high. So, you know, these are celebrities and super famous porn stars. So, you know, I enjoy having good weekends with them every now and then.
It's interesting as well because it's almost like a part of your training camp. I imagine having 3 women at once, that must be quite a workout.
That's the thing. Like, people don't realize. They think I'm not focused. They're like, oh, you need to focus on RDA and your title fight in Chicago. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm having sex with 3 different porn stars. Do you know what type of cardio that takes? Because you can't just give them 10 minutes. Man, you got to be putting it in and pounding that and laying the pipe for like a good hour. So, I mean, I'm constantly moving and flexing my testosterone on them for an hour straight. I mean, dude, this is the best cardio I could ever get for 5 rounds. RDA is not going to last past 3.
Are you partly disappointed that it's in Brazil? I mean, we imagine it would be, you know, if someone like you, sort of fun to go into enemy territory and possibly become champion there in front of them.
Yeah, you know, I was a little disappointed, you know. I mean, first off, I got the biggest steel balls in the organization. No one would be willing to put their life on the line to go back there, but that's just how crazy I am upstairs. You know, I'm crazy, man. I'm certified OG in this game, and I'll go anywhere. I don't care if I had death threats. You know, I had a couple bounties on my head. A couple of the favelas and the gang leaders put a bounty on my head. I heard it was like 50 grand, and that's like people would lose their life over there to get 50 grand. So, you know, I didn't care, man. I wanted to, you know, I'm an entertainment show. You know, I wanted to go over there and give the crowd and the fans around the world something to cry about. It was going to be the Snowflake Armageddon.
What did the UFC think of that when they heard, you know, these bounties? I mean, obviously, you know, they moved the fight to a different event, but, you know, did you get any frantic calls from the UFC about that?
Yeah, I think as soon as they realized that there was bounties on my head and people in Brazil in that third world dump are like literally would put their life on the line to kill me, I think they realized that, you know, it probably wasn't smart for me to go back there, you know, and the security guards that were going to be teaming up with me, I mean, they were, and the UFC was going to provide me with their own security. I don't think they wanted to put those guys' lives in jeopardy as well. So, you know, they finally made the right choice. They wanted this glorious moment in American history to be on U.S. soil. And what better way to go than to go from where Michael Jordan used to play basketball in the United Center? Because I am cut from the same cloth as Michael Jordan, and I'm going to dunk my nuts on RDA's face on June 9th live on pay-per-view.